Hey everyone, this is Chris Miller and you're listening to the EduMind Podcast. If you're an architect, project manager, or a nurse, or maybe you're just curious about these career paths, then our podcast is one that you're not going to want to miss. Each week, we'll be talking to subject matter experts, course instructors, and other special guests to bring you the latest and greatest in architecture, project management, and nursing, and a whole lot more. Now, let's dive in. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the launch of EduMind's weekly podcast. I'm your host, Chris Miller, and I'm happy to announce that EduMind will be running a weekly podcast. Each week, I'll bring in a special and exciting guests. Some of these guests may return for round two, but at least we'll spend some time with them, getting to know them, talking about topics in project management, architecture, NCLEX for nursing, a lot of great things happening on this podcast. So I'm excited to launch it and be part of it every week. Just to kind of give you a little bit of an idea of who we are, EduMind is a professional educational provider. We've been in the education business since 2004, and we are constantly updating our library of courses, everything from off-the-shelf courses to customized courses. So we're always looking for new additions to our course library. How do we conduct these courses? We always look for subject matter experts in each particular field, and they'll help create and design the course that our students will see as the end result. So what do? Well, we do exam prep courses for the Architecture ARE 5.0 exam. We offer all 6 divisions. Taking the first exam, basically how it works, it triggers what they call a rolling clock, which means essentially that the timer has started and you have 6 exams that you have to complete and pass within a 5-year time period. We understand that some students look to bundle the exams, meaning that they want to take exams, maybe they want to take the construction and evaluation, practice management, project management in a sequence relatively quickly. So we do offer bundles where students can bundle the different exam review courses together and kind of compile them together. That way they can go boom, 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 one and done, and again do another one. Moving from the ARE to project management, we do offer the PMP exam for those project managers that are looking to earn their project management professional certification. Our course is based on the exam content outline provided by PMI. Of course, we add some spice and flavor to it, a bunch of different features and kind of some different nuances that we bring to the PMP to make the course even more engaging for those that are participating in it. Attending our PMP review course does fulfill the 35 contact hours required by PMI as one of the eligibility requirements for sitting for the PMP exam. Nice things that we do as well, besides just offering the PMP review courses, we give support for the application process. So a lot of times what happens is, a lot of people want to take the PMP exam, they're all pumped about it. They find a review course and then they go to the PMI's website and they start the application process. And they're like, holy cow, this is a big bear. But actually it's not. Once you get rolling and kind of get streamlined through the PMI application process, it's pretty simple. It's like dominoes start to fall. But we do understand that, some individuals struggle with it. They need some support. So we provide that application of support, because what we want students to focus on isn't the logistics of, let me set my exam date, complete the application process. We want our students focusing on the material, preparing for the exam, studying for the exam. So that's why we help get some of these logistics out of the way for students and individuals. For those that maybe are not quite ready to take that step with the PMP, we do offer the CAPM certification review course. This you can kind of think of as more of an entry-level certification. Maybe you're just kind of getting your feet wet in the arena of project management, or maybe you don't fulfill the requirements to sit for the PMP exam, but you still want to get a certification that you can put behind your name, but you also want to kind of get some experience and some exposure to project management. So we do offer the CAPM review course. Our course is 24 hours. Our course does fulfill the 23 contact hours that is required by PMI to, again, sit for this exam. Our course, we have thousands of sample questions or practice questions that'll help you prepare for the actual exam. We do have a full-length mock exam. That way, if you want to kind of sit down and put yourself in that exam atmosphere, you can do so and work your way through the project or the CAPM practice exam as well. We do offer live online and on demand for both of these courses. Also, we do custom courses for companies and other institutes as well. So now that we've kind of talked about the ARE 5.0 for architecture, we've covered the PMP and the CAPM for project managers out there. Now, the newest addition to our course library is the NCLEX-RN. So for those nurses that are just finishing up an RN program, getting ready to, start your career as an RN, you have to pass the NCLEX. And we have a review course that will help prepare you and help you pass that exam. Our course is based on the exam content outline provided by the NCBSN, the National Council of State Boards of Nursing. We have it is a computer adaptive test. So this is a little bit different. This is a little bit of a twist compared to some of these other exams where, you have, let's say, 200 questions, you have a 4-hour time allotment, and you have to get through all 200 questions. This is a little bit different. It's an adaptive test. So meaning like you could have as few as, let's say, 65 questions, and maybe it'll go up to as high as 200 questions based on your performance or how the algorithm is sensing your competency in being able to fulfill your practitionary skills as a nurse. Kind of determines how many questions that you'll actually have to go through on the exam. Also, if you answer the question correctly, the next question might become a little bit more difficult. So it is a little bit of a different twist when it comes to exams, but we do prepare you for that, and you want to know that going in that, okay, this is an adaptive exam. You want to prepare yourself for the marathon, right? If you know that you can have 200 questions potentially, and maybe as little as 65, you don't want to prepare yourself for a sprint and find yourself in a marathon later, right? You want to prepare yourself for a marathon, and if you get done early, if the exam shuts down early, then great. At least you're mentally prepared for the duration of what could be the longest amount of questions. So our NCLEX-RN course we have an on-demand option coming out here on April the 1st. We have a live online class, which is live instruction with a live instructor. You'll log into a classroom, instructor will lecture to you live, help you kind of better understand what to expect on the NCLEX exam. The course is comprised of Practice Portal Pro, which allows you to take practice tests, build your own quizzes, but also flashcards, which are great. They're a great study tool. They help with some quick recall of, terms, and maybe outside of the nursing world, project management, you're going to find yourself with some equations. So there's quick recall of equations. Courses have Practice Portal Pro and flashcards. So as I mentioned earlier, you might be wondering, and I'll kind of recap it for everybody out there. How do we do these courses? Well, we offer 3 different delivery methods. On-site, live online, which is similar to an on-site class, except you can attend it from anywhere you're at. All you need is an internet connection. On-demand is a great option for those students that are looking kind of to prepare on their own. They need a little less structure to it. Maybe you're working these 12, 14-hour shifts and you just can't find the time to attend an on-site or live online class. So you have the on-demand option where you get all the materials at one time for, X months of duration, and you kind of hammer away at your own. Doesn't mean you're alone, right? Just because you're taking the on-demand option, that doesn't mean you're on an island by yourself. You still have access to send questions to instructors. You have access to our student services team. You have the ability to create a study plan that'll kind of help track or keep you on guard, or not on guard, keep you on track throughout your studies. You can kind of think of it as your own personal coach. So at EduMind, we have several teams that help support our students and our corporate clients. We offer what we consider the gold standard when it comes to customer service. We have 24/7 technical support, meaning like you could be studying at midnight on a Friday night, you run into any technical issues, there's someone there over the phone that can help guide you or answer your questions and get you back on track. or you can simply shoot an email and somebody will respond. So 24/7, 365 days out of the year, our technical team is available to provide support to our students. We have an absolutely phenomenal, amazing student services team where their sole focus is ensuring that our students have the tools and the resources at their fingertips to help them successfully prepare and pass their exam. They're there on weekends to help support our students. They go above and beyond to ensure that, again, the logistics or any technical issues that you may run into are not in the forefront of your mind, but rather you're there to prepare and study while we take care of everything behind the scenes. Think of them as you're kind of like when you're running or preparing to jog a 5K or even maybe a marathon, it's nice to have a running buddy with you, right? Someone to keep you on track, to keep you motivated. And that's what student services is there for. They help keep you motivated, keep you on track. From time to time, they'll check in to, say, hey, we noticed that you haven't logged into your study hub for a while. Make sure that you're still on track with your study plan. As I mentioned earlier, we do have a 24/7 technical support team, which is truly phenomenal, right? 24/7, 365. They're there to troubleshoot everything from having trouble connecting maybe to the website or logging into your study hub, or maybe you're having trouble accessing your lecture videos or your Practice Portal Pro. They're there to help you out. We have a publications team that helps create phenomenal study resources, everything from, exam review guides to flashcards to practice booklets. So they're there to help add to our arsenal once our courses hit the library. We have a great marketing team that, lets everybody, gives a shout out that we have a course coming out, or that, we have live online or on-site classes running. They're there to shout out when we have any offers running. So the marketing team is there to ensure that the world is aware of what we are offering and how you can get it. We have a great leadership and management team that is, again, sole focus is to ensure that students have all the resources possible at their fingertips to prepare and pass their exams. We are constantly analyzing and reviewing our courses based off of not just student feedback, but also what our instructors have learned during the course. And we make the adjustments needed. We always ensure that our courses are up to date. For example, if PMI happens to change their exam like they did last year, we ensure that we're up to date with the latest exam content outline. That way our courses are streamlined to cover what is needed for you to prepare and pass your respective exam. So this podcast is kind of more of one of the fun things that we're doing, just not about, hey, we're offering this course, come sign up, but, we want it to be fun, but we want it to be informative. We're going to bring on guests that are, let's go to architecture. We're going to bring on an architect that might talk about trendy styles in architecture, or, talking about, okay, you're working for an architecture firm and you're thinking about going out on your own and creating your own LLC. What are some of the obstacles that you might run into, or, what are some of the pros and cons of doing so? So we're going to bring those types of guests to you. When it comes to nursing, we're going to bring you nurses out in the field that, maybe there's a traveling nurse that we're going to follow along their journey from state to state, hospital to hospital, letting her tell her story about her experiences, and not just from state to state and hospital to hospital, but also, she might be a nurse in the psych ward, moving to, the ER. So, differences in tasks will be exciting to talk about. But one of the things that I like to do is I like to throw it back to you. What do you want to hear about? What do you want to see on the podcast? So please, feel free to submit your suggestions and ideas so that, we can bring you what you want. Because basically, bottom line is the podcast is for you out there. We want to, make it informative, not, just when it comes to review courses, but also we want to keep up with the trending topics in architecture, project management, nursing, and whatever else we get ourselves into in the future. But I'm excited to launch the podcast. I'm excited to be here every week with you, bringing on a new guest, talking fun topics, informative topics. So, stay tuned until the next episode. But again, excited to launch this EduMind's weekly podcast. Till the next time, folks, have a good day.